Hey everyone, okay, so today I'm going to contour my nose. Funny thing with YouTube is there seems to be a lack of subtlety about a lot of contouring. So what I thought we would do with this one is actually show you a good example of how to contour the nose really subtly. You know, kind of like, so you don't see it. Weird that. So I've got some foundation on my face. I used NW25 and this is MAC full coverage foundation. So this little beauty here. Now what I'm going to do is use MAC NW30 to contour with. So let me show you the difference between the two shades. This is the foundation shade and this is the contouring shade. They're one shade deeper. So what I'm going to do is just do a standard contour, which is just down the sides of the nose. Bear in mind, my nose shape in general isn't best suited to this, but just for this tutorial, since it's the most common form of contouring, that's how we're going to do it. So I'm going to start right here on the sides and just go down, and I'm going to go up into the brow. So start on the side, and then I'm going to go up into the brow. The reason I go here and bring it into the brow is so that it's connected. The brow isn't left kind of floating and then you've got these two stripes. So I'm just going to make this a little bit wider since I'm going to be blending it down. Now I'm not going to highlight the bridge of my nose since just by adding dark there, the bridge is already highlighted. So I'm going to take a Beauty Blender sponge and we're going to do this with two passes. The first time I'm just going to blend the sides of the nose. The goal here is to really create a bit of dimension to the nose. That's it. A little bit of dimension. Now, I don't know whether you can see, but I can see that the bridge of my nose looks a lot thinner. And that isn't something I really need or would particularly want for my nose shape. And I'm blending it here where I put the actual contour up into the brow bone to make sure that it is blended. Now I'm going to go in and do that one more time, but this time I'm going to take a triangular sponge. So I'm just going to redraw this line, and this isn't a drastic change from my own foundation color, and that's really the subtlety of this technique, is that when you're doing this it really shouldn't be visible. So I'm just taking the triangular sponge and I'm just kind of blending it along the sides and just moving it so that we start to blend it. The same thing here. You're kind of moving it down and blending it at the same time. And try and get in all the nooks and crannies. And then take your Beauty Blender to just really make sure that you've not left too many hard edges. Now to me in the mirror, my bridge of my nose looks ultra thin. Now it might look different on camera, I'll see when I edit this, but I can definitely see an impact. But what you can't see is two really thick dark lines, and I've only used a foundation shade that was one shade darker. So just to finish this off, I'm actually going to add a bit of a lift to the outside portions here. So I'm going to take this shade of foundation that's just a little shade darker, and I'm going to just add it to this outside portion, so kind of by the tail of the brow here. And I'm just going to add a little touch along the sides. And this is just to add a little bit more dimension. And I'm just going to blend it. And as I'm blending it, I'm taking it on to the actual brow bone as well. And then just blend it up. You're only trying to create a little bit of dimension here. And the reason I'm bringing it into the brow bone is so that it has somewhere to softly stop, rather than it just starting here and then stopping. And this is very subtle, but if you've got aging eyes, it can make a really big difference. Now I do. There you go. Simple, simple, simple. Doesn't have to be complicated. The nose has been shaped, it's been thinned out, it really has. But it's not evidently visible. It's not evidently visible because the shade of foundation was so subtle compared to a lot of what we see, which is that a really dark, really warm, shimmery oftentimes, and that really just draws attention to it. Here you're kind of looking at the straightness and thinness of the nose. You're not actually noticing too much of the shading that's gone on this outside corner because it matches in with the rest of the foundation shade. And that is the trick of contouring the nose. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. Thank you so much. Bye bye.